It's the NFL on EA Sports. Our spotlight is on Michael Pittman. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Colts and the Jaguars, next on Madden Football.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars.
Well, down on the field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week, Charles. All the work, all the preparation over the past week, it all leads up to these next 4 quarters.
It's suspenseful now.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from Indianapolis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Colts offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
And fights him off. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 9. Richardson out of the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Now Richardson.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Bigsby with a carry to begin the series.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. A quick throw there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. You look at this Colt defense.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary. This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Throwing Jones.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Richardson.
And he rifles one incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You look at this Colt defense.
In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Now Jones. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
3rd and 19. Draw play, Etienne.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good for the Colts.
Richardson looking to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
They go play action with Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
And the Colts, 1st down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6. Back to throw. Richardson. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. On the option left, Richardson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now they'll throw here. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw. Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal. Taylor looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On the option left, Richardson. And he takes it in for a Colts score. His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall. And the Colts are able to add on to that lead.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Extra point by Gay is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Looking to throw. Jones.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
Brings up second down at the 26-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, nice move. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
On the option right, it's Jones.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's Bigsby.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Richardson working from the gun. That's complete to Pierce.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, the spin evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Holding offense.
Here's 3rd and 10. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Back to throw. Richardson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's a give to Bigsby.
It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the carry, Bigsby. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the option left, it's Jones.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Richardson.
Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41.
Back to throw. Richardson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Richardson.
Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
A run here with Bigsby.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. That one finds Pierce right side.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Joshua Hines-Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then finally, the national game on Sunday night. It's a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he returns this to the 22. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fielded at the 33. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. And he stopped immediately there. Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 38.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still second down.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Richardson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here.
Powering his way forward.
Still on his feet.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts add 6 to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 10. Jones.
He'll find Aguara complete.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still 3rd down.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Give to Bigsby on the option.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Holding. Offense.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The quality coverage from Juju Brents, who swatted that away.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. In motion right is Pittman. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Here's 2nd and 3.
brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
They juked him into the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And Richardson yet again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's another Colts first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Richardson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrives.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Josh Downs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to widen their advantage.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all. And you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Jaguars.
Here's Bigsby. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
And it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And now out come the Jags.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
False start, offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And Bigsby once more.
Able to slither by, shoves him away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Jaguars.
In motion right is Thomas. Back to throw now on first down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing Jones.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Now Jones. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Denzel Mims.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to them and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now Thomas will come in motion right. Jones throwing to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Mims in motion left.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Back to throw. Jones.
Screenplay, here's Etienne.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the Colts 40-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction. Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still 2nd down.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
That's caught right side by Mims. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw again. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones.
That one behind his man, incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
133 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
1st and 10 at the 39.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Again, it's Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones
over the middle, caught by Mims. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
1st down, Jaguars.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Open man is Duvernay.
Jones pass. Complete to Devin Duvernay.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd down at the 40.
Looking to throw. Jones.
On the slant, he finds Washington.
It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Jacksonville.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. A short throw to Ingram. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 22-yard line.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
This is caught by Robinson, but they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more 1st down to help salt this one away. Hard throw, incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
147 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Oh, good move. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Colts take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
I think I'm ready for kids. He said when they stop trying to in the face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brick. I'm going off the fence. They switch at me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate.
Gay is on for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll connect on the out route with Ingram.
And he goes out right around the 39. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Taking it about the 16.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the 2nd half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Colts,
they get the victory in the season finale, but it will still mean a sub-500 season as they finish at 8-9.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars,
the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.